17.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild.
Cool.
So, and yeah, these sync calls, I don't even know how we keep them to an hour. So there's so much going on. Speaking of which, we might as well just get this party started. I'm sure many people will join. YGG, do you have this baby recording?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Yeah. Thank you, Septimus. Are you recording too? Look at that, double trouble. That's awesome. So today's going to be a fun entry point. It's just going to be a praise game. So the question of the day is, dish your favorite praise. So this is your moment to think about the people who have done some good work in the TE Commons, and ideally you haven't praised them already on in the actual room if you have the praise powers. So think about people who haven't been praised already that you know of, and send them some gratitude. So I'm going to start with Sam, because he's just been killing it. And he got this whole Rinkeby deployment ready for a live demo today. And like major praise to this man. I don't know where he found the time to sleep to pull this off and overcome the major barriers that we had with XDI. I'll pass it to Jess.
Oh, hey. Wow. I want to praise Shebnem because you just constantly inspire me. I don't know how you do it all. I messaged you last night. She's like, I'm up till 4 a.m. still working over here. Has a child, a partner, doing like the most badass, cool art project I've ever seen. And I'm just like constantly amazed. I want to praise so many people. I want to praise everybody in this call, but I want to give a shout out to Shep and all the people. Okay, I'm gonna pass to Craig.
Craig, you're muted. I'll give him a second. Let's pass it to Septimus.
Oh. Hello. I would also like to praise Sam because he introduced me to here, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm so grateful for that. It's been amazing. Like every one of you are really amazing, guys. And I'll pass to Solsista.
So first of all, it's been almost a month, and I still have two more weeks where I cannot really participate. But so that's why I praise all of TEC team and look forward what you have been doing. Maybe I Fabian, because I don't know if you know him already, but he's literally bringing what we were missing all along, this ethical and ethical reasoning to actual decision making, where that we can start from first principles. So, and I'm giving it over to Andrew. No.
I don't see Andrew.
Then.
Livy.
Okay,
sorry. Today I want to praise Santi because I feel like he's taking on so much. He accepted to be a community steward. He onboarded Rosa today after our onboarding call. He said he would jump with me in this manifesto that we want to create, and just like always high vibes and saying yes for everything. I really appreciate that. And I'll pass to Juan.
Thanks, Lydia. I would like to praise you because I feel that you are doing a very good job, like keeping this community together, inviting everyone to the talks and onboarding people. So I would like to recognize that. And I'll pass to who's missing, to Fabian.
Hey guys, I can just say, it's been an absolute pleasure across the board with everyone that I've interacted with. It's been really, really an amazing start for me to get to know you. And for me, my appreciation and praise really above belief really goes to Shebnem. It has been unbelievable. Like you've blown my mind. You've put so much together, and like you heard it before about her managing a lot of stuff. But I've been working with her closely until late at night, and then I get the next message like 3 hours later. It's like, when do you even sleep? Like, I really don't get it. How you can, like, you really amaze me, and I really, yeah, I can't thank you enough. You've been amazing.
Thanks a lot.
And I'll pass it to YGG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Griff. And I got to give praise to Griff for all the warm welcoming that he's given me since I've been involved here. He's constantly sending me resources. I don't know how he has so much energy. And he's constantly sort of opening doors and pointing me in directions that I can help out and contribute. And he is this sort of shining spirit of the community. So I want to say thanks, Griff. Praise. And I think Sem just joined in here, so I'll pass it over to Sem.
Sem, we're praising people, so you can dish praise to someone.
It's difficult to just choose one. I'm going to go with the easy one. I praise Griff for helping me. Yesterday I was like, what should I be doing? Because I have a lot in my plate and I cannot focus. And he called me and said, hey man, how are you doing? Oh, Griff, I have that problem. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We don't have time. We don't have time. And together we decided that the best thing is to work with a testing DAO on Rinkeby instead of XDAI, and this is what I can show it to you. I can show to you today. So thank you, Griff, for the call yesterday and me focus on something. That was super cool, man.
And I'll pass it for you because you came in a little late. How about Jess?
Yeah. I went already, and sorry, I was navigating some on my mobile. That's okay. Pass it to who hasn't gone yet.
How about Craig?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, woohoo! Sorry, distance learning requires like 6 streaming devices at once. Dishing praise to, Sem just joined, so I get the honor of dishing him some praise. Watching from a close distance, it looks just spectacular what's happening on the back end. So thanks.
Dulce, you joined. We're dishing praise. You feel free to dish praise to someone who's not on the call. Oh, Dulce, are you there? No.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
I want to praise Livy and Jessica for helping Michael, Jonas, and Ellie with the questions for the onboarding for our project in the TE Academy. Thank you, girls, women.
Nice. Thank you for the praise. And let's pass it to Michael Linton, who just joined. Michael, are you down to unmute and dish some praise?
Maybe that works. Am I there?
Yeah.
Coming there. Well, praise to all. Let's cook. Let's see what's up, eh?
Sounds good. I'll pass it to Ethan. Ethan, do you have any praise to dish?
Yeah, praise to you, Griff, for inviting me here. I'm not sure what I'm here for, but it's just an awesome place with people making democratic stuff for people to experiment. Yeah, good listen.
Nice. Yeah, I kind of threw you two in the fire because you don't know what we're really doing here. So, how about Rosa? You got any praise to dish, Rosa?
Here. Rosa just joined today. I don't even know if she knows what we're doing here.
No, I know nothing.
None of us really do.
Yeah, we're all just making it up. I think that is everyone though. Is there? Did I miss anyone? Okay, so the notes. Oh, Santi, you didn't go?
I didn't go. I
Oh,
want to
perfect.
praise Juan Carlos for all the work he's been doing in the onboarding group with all the documents he's been sending and all the information he's been putting together for us.
Yeah, seriously. There's a lot of praise that's going around, and if you guys want to dish praise in our Telegram channel, it is a little bit of work. I'm not going to lie; it's hard to find everyone's Telegram names and make that praise happen. But it is how we end up acknowledging and rewarding all the work that's being put in here. So it's an important part of our process. So if you want to take on some praise powers, message me, and I'll help you onboard into that. But today we have some really big news. We have a lot to go over. The notes are in the general channel. Livy was a gem and shared them with everybody. I would suggest that you open them up. It will help a lot. And as usual, if I can get my screen share to work. It's like,
Oh, and just everyone talking about praise, please put your handles in the top of the page so we can praise you. I started to put some names, but it's probably not your real handle. So if you can add that, that's awesome.
Yeah, sadly, we're using Discord here and a Telegram bot for praise. So it gets a little challenging. But yeah, hey, watch the live stream. And we're going to go through these notes really quick. The first thing to go over is just where we are in the process. So this project has been going on for months, since July. We have settled on some initial mission, vision, and values, and really structured how we work together. And we spent a couple months really settling into that. And now work has been going on for almost a month. We have broken up into almost 5 working groups. Now, the tech spec working group, the soft governance working group, the comms working group, the initial 3 working groups that are in full swing now and making real progress. We have the onboarding working group, which just started up, and soon we're going to have the legal working group. So if any of those working groups interest you, feel free to message Olivia or I about how we can onboard you, or really Jess or Santi or almost anyone here can help you onboard. Next steps, this week we're going to give updates on the working groups and share some blockers. And next week we're actually going to have a rehash of our vision, mission, and values, because there's been such an influx of people here. We want to make sure that everyone's aligned and that we have a chance to modify them as we grow. And then from there, we're just going to start launching. We have the technical launch and the cultural launches are all coming together. So we will iterate on those protocols so that we can actually have the real launch in December. So it's going to be very exciting. We're going to put an exclamation mark on 2020 and turn it around, huh? So that's where we are going. And the purpose of this call is not to really discuss proposals or brainstorm improvements. It's really just to show off work at this point, because there's so much going on. And we want to give people a chance to show the work that's happening. And also, if anybody is blocked in something or there's a potential for helping out, this is a great call for you to ask for help and find some. So I'm going to just kick it off really quick with the tech spec working group. You can see here the manifesto that explains what we're doing. And we have a tech spec working notes document where we kind of keep track of the work that needs to be done. This might move to GitHub, but we'll see where that goes. We also have the work in progress tech spec, which is having an overhaul because of a last minute change to Rinkeby. So if you're interested in working on that, it's a major opportunity to have direct impact on our main goal. And major shout out to Dahi, who has been pushing that forward mostly on his own with just a little bit of my help. We generally communicate in the OneHive TE Commons Bridge channel. So you can find that in both the OneHive channel and the Token Engineering channel. It's bridged together. But I need to give most of my time to Sem, because Sem is actually going to take this on and show us a live demo of the Rinkeby launch. So Sem, are you ready to take it away?
Yeah. The idea is to show what a DAO with abounding curve and conviction voting will look like. This is something that we were working on OneHive during the last year, and I deployed it with the I deployed it in Rinkeby with the parameters of that we were selecting in the TEC spec. So what we have is a DAO that have conviction voting, a bonding curve, redemptions, tokens, and a voting application. And this is the DAO that we can, you can go right now and go through all the processes. The first process is the hatch, in which the people who donate at the beginning can buy tokens at a very low price. Well, I am going to open the pre-sale right now, and during this week, you will be able to use test tokens in order to buy test TEC tokens and help us with the testing, and also helping you learning what is this about. I am going to do today a quick demo on what is everything, but I'm also going to open right now the pre-sale with it's a hatch instead. I know that Griff doesn't like the word pre-sale, me neither, but this is the front end that we have, and in the most updated front end, it will be much different. We are going to go through a hatch that is requesting 300 dice, well, test dice, and we have 1 week in order to reach that amount. If not, the tokens will be given out to the people who funded it. And if
just a quick note, Sam, you have about 7 minutes left.
Let's open.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's open the hatch. So right now, if you ask Griff during this week, please do it sooner than later. He can give you TDAI, so you can contribute and have test tokens, test TEC tokens. And
yeah, as long as just make sure Craig has your address. Craig has been cat herding everyone to make sure that we have everyone's address. If Craig has your address, then you will get TDAI.
Okay, this is the DAO that I am going to be doing the demo today. It is the same one the one that I just opened. So we have 6 days left to hatch it. But if we reach that amount, the sale, the hatch is complete. So the first who enters, so everybody who enters will buy at the same price. For example, if you put here 10 dice, you will obtain 100,000 tokens TEC. I am going to buy everything just to make the demo. But ideally, it is going to be many people who is going to be buying and buying until we reach the goal here. Let's see if this worked. It takes some time.
It's much faster on XDAI.
Yeah. And we are in Rinkeby. Griff was praying to the god of tests and demos. Did you do it, Griff, before the call or not?
Oh yeah, I broke a pencil, sacrificing an eraser.
How is it done? How is it done?
To pray to the demo gods,
Yeah.
you have to sacrifice the ability to undo. So like erasers, chalkboard erasers, some kind of at least this is the sacrifice they demand. Oh no.
Okay, also another important thing is that, as you can see, there is a moment in which you have that funds there, like, okay, we reached 300 of 300, the hatch goal is complete. And now the tokens that we receive from that, they are vested. We will have some weeks in which we cannot sell them back to the bonding curve. Now, when we open trading, we open the bonding curve. So in that first moment, what we did is to initialize the bonding curve, and now the market is open for people to buy and sell the tokens. They cannot be transferred between people, but they can be minted and burned by that bonding curve in exchange of T-DAI in that case, and it's going to be DAI or XDAI in the case of the real TEC. So now we have that, and we have the tokens here. That does everyone have? Well, what we did is to multiply the impact hours by a scale factor. So, for example, I guess that you might recognize your addresses here. This is the TEC test tokens that you have just by being priced in the TEC. And now that the bonding curve is open, we can do also new orders. Well, let's see if it works.
3-minute warning.
Yeah, thanks. Gosh. It has already some tokens. Most of them are vested, and now new people can buy new tokens, but in a very different price. Right now, if I use 10 dice, I only obtain 14,000 test tokens. I can buy it, and we see how it. Wait a sec. These things sometimes take a time, some time. Or a refresh.
Yeah, the Rinkeby test network takes 15 seconds at the minimum, really, to from clicking the transaction to updating, sometimes up to a minute. Whereas on XDAI, it's like 5 seconds to 20 seconds.
Let's see if I can show this part at least.
So this is the part where SEM is actually buying into the bonding curve post-hatch, converting DAI into transferable, mintable or burnable TEC test tokens. So the test tokens he got in the hatch are vested, but these tokens are actually, they can be speculated on.
It doesn't seem to work right now. It's working before the demo. I can
That's
finish,
okay.
I can finish the the demo with showing up the conviction voting. These are the test tokens that we have. Quite a while, 1 million of TEC tokens, and I can use them in order to vote on conviction voting. So in the funding pool, we have already 100 dice because at the hatch moment, we splitted the tokens between the bonding curve and the funding pool for conviction voting. So 100 dice, we have it. We have them here. We can create a full proposal requesting an amount of, I don't know, maybe we can request 30 dice, and we can choose any address here. For example, this one. Send it. We should also first write a good proposal in the forum, and so people can read about what we are proposing before voting. Why is it going so? Okay. It should show up now. Okay. We have that cool proposal. We have no link, but it's okay. And I'm going to support now that proposal with, let's say, half of my test tokens. See what it happens. In conviction voting, what you have is that depending on how much time you are supporting something, your conviction grows and grows and grows. This is what we are going to see in that graph right now. Your conviction is going to grow and grow and grow until there is a point in which it doesn't grow anymore. But we only need to surpass that threshold in order to get the proposal passed. So it is with the support that I'm giving, which is the half of the tokens that I have, it will pass in 2 hours and 16 minutes because it is going to be, it's just what it's going to need. And then I will be able to get that 30 die to do the proposal I was presenting to the community. That's the idea.
Amazing, Sam.
Depending on how much I am requesting, that threshold is going to be more or less. For 30 die with the current funding pool, which is 100 die, the threshold is 6%. But I am going to have half of the conviction because I voted with half of the total tokens. So it is going to increase and increase until we reach that 6% and the proposal will be able to pass. I think that it's a lot of different things. We have gone through the hatch, the bonding curve, and conviction voting in just 10, 12 minutes. But I think that it's better to see it now, and you have the possibility to test it with the test tokens that Griff will have, and I will have too. So you can ask him or me. And hatch it together, and then the bonding curve.
Yeah. So we're gonna have the hatch. We're running through the real test. If you guys want to play, which I hope you do, because it'll be a really good learning experience as well as help us beta test this whole thing. You can, if you have already applied for the trusted seed, and we know. With the common stack, and we know you that you've received praise and stuff like that, then we probably have your address. But just double check with Craig if you're not sure. Craig is going to be he's been collecting addresses for a week, so he's probably better than me to make sure that we have your address. And I'm going to spam everyone some free money so you can buy into this thing and play around. That being said, that's too much time on the tech spec. So I'm going to pass it to Livia for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Just one last thing. It is an outdated interface and software, the TEC will have a better front end for that, and everything will be different. It has some errors too, but it's just something that you can use to test. Okay, go on.
Yeah,
I am done.
No worries. No, it's an important point. This is like the roughest, ugliest thing you're going to play with, and it's going to get way better from here. That's the point. But Livia, you want to take it away on the cultural protocols that are really also a huge part of this community?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a Tuesday meeting every Tuesday at 7 p.m. CET on Discord. You can all join. I think this next week is going to be the last one, but we'll talk more about that. And you can see the mural board in the documents, and also our working group manifesto. I think we're pretty up to speed with what we were aiming to do. And so yeah, the actions that we have going are the conflict resolution practice that Juan is leading, and it's looking amazing. It had a lot of progress. We went from something more abstract to a very concrete plan for the TEC. So I recommend you all enter this document and give updates and reach out to Juan and come to the working group, because this is a big part of soft governance, and it's tackling on 3 of Austrian principles, so it's very important for us. And then the onboarding experiment that Angela proposed, we've been having these Q&A sessions, and we've been planning to have a token engineering Q&A and not a token engineering commons, and we've been having some scheduling problems with that, but hopefully next week we'll have a Q&A around that. And there's a place in the doc that you should write what type of Q&A would you like to see happening, because maybe we are not the best people to know what people that are joining or people that are part of the community want to hear about. So that would be great if we have some feedback here. And then I'll share my screen really quick to the board. To show more or less what we've been doing, and it's so much data that we collected here, and now it's mostly a process of organizing all this data and also feeding this board the Austrian principles, that it's really important for us to be aligned with these principles for governing the commons. And we have all of them almost in a good shape, and there is a lot still to be worked on here. And one of them is creating a manifesto that was an idea from Senti, to have a manifesto constitution for new members so they can agree with our soft governance lead and participate in the commons, being conscious of what is being expected from them. So this is an action item that we're gonna work on this week. And then the last step from this, I wanted to propose to the tech spec team for us to have some type of automation for how can we make some of these agreements merge with hard governance, and what can we automate, what can we not, how to make it easier for this smooth transition between where we are now and the launch. And then the last part is research I did on accountability, and also there is a lot of answers people put in here, and from governing the commons and Ostrom's perspective, that leads to the belief that accountability relies mostly on having a clear purpose, on having trust among participants, and having a sense of belonging. So here in this board, we have a session for rituals for trust. So please come here, put down some rituals that you would enjoy doing, that you think you would enhance the trust in the community. And next call, we can start with one of them and start experimenting more with having more cultural practices that are rooted in our community. And last thing that we decided in our community steward call is to have a GitHub to gather all the issues from all the working groups. So we have one single source of truth to understand everything that's happening. And Griff created this GitHub, and now we need to populate with all the issues. So if you want to help on that, also reach out, please. And that's it. And I'll pass back to Griff or to Jess for comms.
Yeah. Just anyone who wants to help with SoftGov, this is where the Token Engineering Commons, I think, is thought leader in the space of making sure that we have cultural protocols that align with our technical protocols. So Livia is leading this group, and it's huge. If you want to be a part of it, make sure to reach out to her. And there's no shortage of action items, so we can put you to work, and you can start earning impact hours ASAP. Speaking of no shortage of to-do lists, Jess, you want to tell us all the stuff that's going on in comms?
Thanks, Griff. Great segue. Hello, everybody. I am representing the crew who is working really hard, some of which aren't even here because they're working so hard, for the Communications Working Group. We meet on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. CET. So would love you to join us because we need help to keep up because the tech spec and the SoftGov are working so hard and moving so fast, especially tech spec. We're trying to keep up with them while we basically build the foundations. The good news is we have a lot of hands on deck who are supporting. So, the first thing I want to note that hasn't come up. So currently we have been each working group kind of doing our own thing, but it came up obviously better if we can all align on one board or one kind of task and project management tool. We've pretty much decided on GitHub. So we have the GitHub set up, and over the next week, we'll all the comms, SoftGov, tech, all the working groups are going to be putting all the stuff on GitHub. So it's even easier soon for you to have a look at what's happening across the board transparently and see if there's anything that lights you up that you want to jump in on. We, of course, always welcome the support. So soon we'll have that. The GitHub is up and it's there, but we are going to be building out the repositories for our task management. And as far as comms goes, main things right now are setting up all the channels. The Discord is up. We now have to make it organized and set up the channels on it, but it's functioning. The Medium is up. The GitHub is up, like I said. Even Humberto, thanks to Humberto, he started with a LinkedIn for us already. The website is also in progress. Manu went ahead and threw up like a WordPress. We've got like a template, so now we have to go in with Marco, our main designer, and we pretty much wrote all the content, so we've got to go in. They're going to work this weekend, Marco and Manu, on pushing that forward. And yeah, the big thing that got completed was the branding and the logo. We haven't officially released yet, although it is officially on GitHub. If you haven't seen already, I'll make a small posting to show those off. Marco did a fantastic job translating and integrating all of the feedback that we received, and I appreciate everybody who helped with that process, and I tried to integrate everybody's feedback. So I hope that you're going to be happy with it. I think it's pretty rad. One of the colors is actually, we realized, similar to Radical Exchange, so there's a lot of interesting ties. And I think it's got a pretty rad memetics. You can see there in the document. It's kind of, for me, like, we don't mess around. We get stuff done and we're solid, but we also are playful. And I think it has a bit of a superhero vibe. And it looks similar enough to token engineering so that we are, showing that we're aligned with them. Today I'm going to work on setting up the YouTube, since thank you Zeptimus and the OBS team who has been recording all the calls. So soon we'll have the platform set up to do that. And then, Eventually, we'll maybe get into the forums, Reddit, Bitcoin talk. If anybody's like super into Reddit and wants to raise their hand for that, I would love you forever, because Reddit's never really been my bag. But I know it's super important for us. So yeah, and then the other things happening every 2 weeks, we Livy and Griff have been shouldering the main burdens of the praise quantification. So how we turn the praise into a formula to get you the tech tokens happens this Friday. So I'll let Griff mention that before we wrap. But we do a bi-weekly kind of blog and update with what's happening in the community, and also to show the leaderboard of praise, so everybody, you can see visibly like how much you're earning with your contributions. So that will be coming out next week. The praise quantification meeting's Friday, so I'll probably crank out the blog by Monday or Tuesday, so that everybody can see where they're at, and know that they're, we appreciate the contributions and that they're getting rewarded. Blair did set up the Twitter. Now that we have the logo and such, we're going to go in there, but you can actually follow at TechMNS. Not anything there right now, but today, tomorrow, Blair and I are doing a work session. So we'll soon be having a lot more to share on social. And let's see. Oh, the map of contributions. I thought Livy would mention that. Just want everybody to go and fill out on Airtable if you haven't already, where you're at in the world. That's actually a SoftGov initiative, but I wanted to mention it in case that fell through, because there's a lot going on. Other than that, yeah, Craig is working on making sure that all of you are good to go for the test hatch. So make sure for that. Otherwise, looking ahead a bit, I know for CADCAD and a few other communities, we're looking at doing kind of the same thing, at some of the options to go permissionless with bots and all this like fancy, slick ways to onboard, because right now it is very manual. Right now, Craig has to come and check all the addresses, but we're hoping to look at how we can automate that and make it easier for you, less energy to have to track that manually. So we're looking at some of those options going forward. And yeah, calls to action, I guess, or requests, if I could ask graciously. If you would like to join the praise quantification meeting this Friday, that is open. You can see how that process happens. Right now it's human. We may in the future have source cred or some other, options for rewards. That's up to the community to vote on. But for now, we go through the spreadsheet every week, every 2 weeks, or Griff and Livy have been. And yeah, so you are openly invited to that. And then the second thing, we're working on a Miro board, and I would share screen, except for I'm not at my laptop right now. The link and the password are there. We're looking at the narratives, and this is actually a really important process that we'll be giving more attention
sharing
to.
it.
Thank you so much. We're going to be giving more attention to this. The main urgency was getting our logo and the platform set up. So next week we're going to be moving towards working more on this together in the next comms meeting. If you're interested in meta narratives and what kind of people we would like to attract to our community, how do we want to share our story with them, would love you to join the comms meeting next Tuesday. Or if you don't have time, you can jump into this Miro board anytime. And Manu has set up a very cool kind of questions very clearly, where you can go in as you have 5 minutes and have a look and give some input. We're gathering a lot of data there that we can then crunch and figure out how to build the best narratives for our community. And then, yeah, lastly, if you want to follow the Twitter or join the comms working group, that's all from comms. And again, thank you to everyone who has been supporting in this process, and please help us keep up. And also, just in general, if comms is going to be a challenge, because we are building a lot of this as we go, and a lot of it is dependent upon community vote. So please do reach out and say, hey, I really wish you would have communications about this, or tell us about this. And also, feedback from me is also I see that we do probably talk a lot at you, and I think perhaps we need some more Q&As, like even, to have Shem there, like 10 minutes. I'm sure you all have so many questions, and even I have a bunch of questions. So please, always open for feedback if you feel we can be listening more and talking less.
Absolutely. Good
Grifter.
points. Yeah. So praise quantification meeting tomorrow is at 5. Well, time zone. Oh yeah, time zones are still cool this week. So 5 p.m. Central Europe time, 8 a.m. West Coast time, and I think this time we'll just do it in a Discord, right, Livia? Does that sound good? So you'll be able to just, you'll be able to just roll in if you want to see how the sausage is made. Come on in and check it out. Onboarding working group. Who's gonna take on the presentation?
There's a meme with our sausage meme coming.
I'll give a brief intro and then I'll pass to Dulce. So the onboarding working group has been working on a pretty cool mural board as well. Also share quickly my, not here the link.
Oh, Dulce, you have some background noise. If you can wait to unmute until she passes, thanks. And I'm sharing too, Livia, if you want.
Oh, do you have the stakeholder mural board?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. Yeah. So they've been having a lot of progress in there, and the onboarding working group is happening in parallel with the TE Academy values and stock and value flows course. So yeah, they've been mapping the whole stakeholders in our ecosystem, understanding how to reach out to them. And the latest work is they're setting up stakeholder interviews. So there's 2 steps that action is required now, that we look into this document on stakeholder interviews and give feedback to the questions and type of stakeholders they are delimiting. And the second step is for us to start collaborating all together on a stakeholder list of for the interviews, because we all know different people that would be great to be part of, that we would love to hear from. So that's the next step of the interviews, and I'll pass to Dulce so she can talk a little bit more about the process that they've been having to map the stakeholders and also how these interviews are going to be handled.
Yeah. Hello. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. My team and I, we are working for the TE Academy in and interviews for design the crypto economics and to create stories. And the feedback that we received from Livy and Angela was to start with broad questions. It's very similar at the work that Jessica is doing with onboarding, but for now we want to start with a simple questions, but very broad: why, what, how. And we really need your feedback in these 5-6 questions. The idea is go to the very broad, and then we may iterate in a second wave to get more information. I'm going to share this link in the channel that you let me know what is the channel to share this link, and you can write in a comment or just below here. The idea is to keep positive, kind of, in what is keep positive and understand what is what people like, love, expect, or what to get from TE Commons. And we need feedback before today, or whatever is your time zone, I think it's going to be okay. And we are going to send this in a G form. And in the G form, we are going to set up a Calendly. And if you want to be interviewing a recorder, we can set up a one-on-one interview to be recorded. And we are going to have this spreadsheet database with all the information. And in the same time, we are going to have all this interview. This is the process. And all your feedback is really, really appreciated. And also we are going to have like office hours at 3 p.m. CEST. And we are going to be in Jitsi in case you want to talk with us or whatever we are going to be there every single day, like for an hour. This is basically what we are working on, and we really need feedback.
Sounds great. I might recommend you move to Discord so you get that little bump on random people stumbling in. But this is awesome. Thank you, Dulce, for coming in so strong on the onboarding working group. I can't believe how much you guys have put together already. This TE Academy is huge.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Oh, thank you. Looks like we have 8 minutes, which is awesome. Are there any quick blockers or questions that anyone has about what's going on?
I want some caviar instead of a sausage sandwich.
That sounds classy. Cool. Well, then let's just try to close it out and give everyone a chance to talk. Thank you guys for the great call. It's amazing so much to see. It's just so amazing to see how much work gets done every week and how much progress. Everything's moving so fast. We're really swarming, and it's really cool to see. I'll pass it to Santi.
I want to thank everyone, especially the tech team, for having that piece of software ready for us to start throwing our money in there and see how everything works. That we can hopefully give you all the feedback so you guys can improve whatever breaks down. And I'll pass it to Livia.
Yeah, thank everybody so much. Special thanks to everyone that is in the forefront of the working groups and that are like bringing so much action together. The people that are stepping up, taking actions. This is really beautiful to see. I'm very grateful. And I'll pass to Lucy.
I think that was to Dulce.
Yeah, to Dulce.
Sorry, I didn't listen. Thank you, everyone. It's amazing being part of this group, and I really like to learn from you guys. And it's amazing all the work that you already did. Thank you. And I'm gonna pass to Solcista.
Okay, so again, like I was out for 3 or 4 weeks, and it's amazing to see the pace and the volume, and amazing. Yeah, keep it together. You're great. Cool. Okay, who do I pass it on to? Sam.
I also agree. It's super cool to see all the pieces working together too. I mean, how the different working groups are interacting and doing the things that the other groups need. And I don't know. I am going to pass it to Septimus.
Yeah, thank you so much for the call. That was amazing. And I really would like to learn more about the TE Academy. I think they are doing really amazing work, and I really look forward to learn more about that group. So I should contact Dulce, right? Yeah, it's not like I'm talking. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say now. I'll just pass to Jessica.
Thanks, Septimus. I actually would like to pass to Michael Linton. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Totally my pleasure. It's great to see so much action and movement. It's all about the rubber hitting the road and some momentum and making use of it. So I'm delighted to see the process. Carry on. I'm watching. Thank you. I pass that on to Jeff.
Awesome.
If Jeff's here.
I am. Yeah, great to see the progress as usual. I've been chatting with a lot of other groups who are all really excited to see and hear about progress in the TEC. For group discussions with the Economic Space Agency and some of the working groups we've been doing with Adam Arvidsson, Michelle Bowens, and bringing them up to speed on everything going on in the token engineering world. And I mean, we already have Fabian here working and lending all of his expertise and background. So yeah, as usual, always impressed with this crew and really excited to see how things continue to progress. And I will pass it to Craig. Have you gone yet? Or maybe Sean Anderson, if he's here.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, nice to see you in here. I was just wondering, can someone confirm Craig's tag here on Discord so that I can send my address?
Yeah, it's AWM Fund or something close to that.
AMW,
Okay,
I think.
AMW,
that's what I
thank
expected. You. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. And then the other point I wanted to bring up is I was wondering kind of what the coordination point is for developers. Sam, that's awesome what you were showing off, and I would love to do a sort of collaborative working session with you on some of this stuff. I'm just now tracking your progress here on GitHub, and I'd love to get more involved with that. So yeah, any sort of, I'm not sure what exactly the central coordination point is for, other than the tech spec itself, if there's sort of working sessions on more of a technical level, that's something I would be really interested in. And then anything happening across the board on GitHub. I kind of live in GitHub, so I'm really comfortable in that space.
Let's coordinate through the channel at TechSpec, and from there we see. I guess that we will be doing some more meetings, but this will be the point to contact.
Awesome, thanks.
It's the TEB1 Hive channel in Discord is the tech spec area.
Okay, good to know.
And I'll pass it for you really quick to Fabi.
Hey everyone, sorry for the late joining. First of all, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Fabian. I joined the community I think a week ago, referred by one of the guys from One Hive. Yeah, I wanted to thanks to Griff and Sam because of the onboarding that they gave to me. Actually, Sam for the helping on the technical side. I'm continue trying to put myself aligned to the community. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm delighted because about the cooperation that you have in the community. So yeah, it's awesome to be here. I will pass to Santi JS.
I think I gave it to Santi first.
I already did.
I know Fate hasn't gone.
Hey, yeah, I mean, so much movement. It's really amazing to see this. Personally, I'm still getting kind of the hang of so many different things. There's a lot that's new to me, so I'm probably not aware of many things where you guys have like recorded, intro sessions and things like that. So if you feel that there's some basic stuff that I should be aware of, don't hesitate to send it to me, and then I can work through them. And otherwise, just like it's just a pleasure with you all. Really great.
I'll pass it to Juan. Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
I saw you mute, so I just went in there. Juan?
Perfect.
Well, no, thanks to everybody, and I can't wait to start working on the legal working group. I'm very excited of what we can do in that. And thanks to everybody.
Okay, I'll pass it to David HQ. Nice to see you here, David.
Hey, what's up? I joined late, so I don't know what's the question. What was discussed? I have to check.
Just closing thoughts.
Is this in Discord? Is it recorded also or no? Not.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, we recorded. Actually, Zeptimus and YGG are our heroes here, recording all of our calls with redundancy.
Okay, then I'll watch this one. I wanted to follow again in this next week's more in this area. So thanks.
Cool. I'll pass it for you. I'll pass it to Zeptimus.
Mhm.
Or did you go already?
Yeah, I already go. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Who do we have left? Oh, Craig still didn't go, right? Craig sometimes has these internet issues. But I think that's everyone, right? Well, that's good because we're 2 minutes over. So thank you all for joining and have a great week. And if you need anything, feel free to DM me, Livia, Jess, Craig, Angela, or Santi. We are your community stewards and we are here to help. So
and the
message
and the test hatch is open. So please ask me or Griff some tokens in order to buy in the hatch.
Yeah, I'll go to Disperse app and send everyone tokens right now whose addresses I have. So, bye guys.